dig it? Can you dig it? Can you dig it? Hey man, it's DieHard Derek. We're back here in another episode of the Midnight Hustle podcast. You know, I've always talked about the times that I've actually produced and directed adult entertainment scenes. This is the first time we're actually bringing some talent here. Haven't worked with her yet, quote unquote, but hey man, maybe this is a spin-off to the show. Maybe the Midnight Hustle is gonna become the Peep Show. Who knows, man? Let's get this thing vibing right now. Let's let it roll, because right now in the house, give it up for the one and the only cam girl turned porn star, Lily Craven's in the house. What's going on, Lily?
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Damn, I love that.
I'm so excited to be here, and I love your shirt.
Oh my God. Like I said, right before we came on air, I wore this for you because I know you're a hot mom. I know that's your little fetish thing, but the shirt that you're wearing, please tell me you wore that one for me.
Well, I kind of think it's not appropriate now. I feel like I should be in like a mom outfit.
No. These are the hot moms that I actually like.
Mom outfit.
Yeah, right. I'll go to the supermarket. I'm like, yo, baby, like pull your shit up a little bit.
You know what's crazy is that it covers like everything. Like it is covered. But it's only the cleavage showing, and people just can't handle it sometimes.
That's the main part I want to. I don't want to see your back or your shoulders. I want to see, your rack. It's an amazing rack you got. It's tremendous. So I want to talk about it because a lot of people out there are familiar with you, but there's some people out there that are being introduced to you for the first time. So I want to run down a little bit of your career, what you're doing, your specialties, and so on and so forth. I don't want to say you're new to the game, but you've only been doing this 5 or 6 years or so. And when I was doing my research on you, it wasn't like you had aspirations of being a porn star. You weren't like, yo, I just want to suck dick for a living. Love that shit. Fuck me all day. It wasn't anything like that. It was like you had some douchebag husband cheating on you. And you're like, yo, you know what? Best way to get him back? Be a porn star. Tell me a little bit about the experience.
Well, you nailed it. You have done your research. I got into it because I had a divorce. Well, I was going through a divorce from a cheating husband, and I was a homemaker for many years. And so I was like, holy crap, what to do? And the first thing that popped in my head was I needed an education. You just can't get around it these days. So that's what I needed. So I enrolled in college for the first time at 40 years old, and I started going to school. And I was selling out of Facebook, the inbox. I have a pay-to-play group, which most don't even know that it exists. And we sell content out of our inboxes. And so I was squeezing by. And then one time I caught the good old Facebook ban for 90 days. And I'm like, what am I going to do? And I had a customer, he's a friend now, like, because I've known him for so long, but he said, have you heard of webcamming? And I'm like, what is that? And so he took me on Chatterbait and said, look. And I'm like, I can do that. So I started doing that at night, and it progressed to the point, like my motivation was originally because of the ex. I wanted to get him back, but I wanted to go all the way. I wanted to keep taking it to the next level. And because I don't have that much time left. So
what do you mean you don't have much time left? Like you don't plan on being a performer for the long haul?
I would like to be, but the long haul, what is the definition of long haul? I mean, at some point you gotta pull the plug, like, and it's something that I plan on doing, I would say probably till I'm about 50. But my main goal is to make a name for myself and then turn around and still work in the industry, but behind the camera.
That makes sense. But I want to get back to you breaking in, because I know you in previous interviews, you mentioned that it was like revenge sex. And instead of like fucking all his friends, you're like, you know what? I'm going to go make a living out of this, get paid for it. I mean, not to slut shame anybody, but it's not like you were promiscuous when you were with him. You were married. No. I hear you have kids and stuff like that, but you weren't like in the swinging lifestyle, casual sex. Like, listen, I've seen girls, I've known girls who are like, oh yeah, my boyfriend and my husband, they invited their friends over for the football game. And, during halftime, I just started blowing them. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like shit like that. That wasn't you.
No, my ex forgot to tell me we were swingers, so he let me in on it. And no, I'm not. I'm a very monogamous person. I am a one-woman man show. I don't need more than one man. I think it's great what swingers do in the lifestyle. I love their openness, their communication, which my marriage did not have. Obviously, I was I don't know where I was, but in La La Land. But I like the way they communicate. My closest friends are in the lifestyle. I think that they have something unique and special because they're completely transparent with each other. But still, in the end, that is not what I, as a little girl, dreamt of having, is sharing my partner, or I sort of understand it a lot differently now. It's more of they go out and they play. So right. It's more of an activity than really investing into sharing people, the sex and the intimacy and stuff like that. It's to have fun as a couple. Man, but it's not what I
a really strong relationship to do that.
Yes.
I'm a jealous guy, and I can get angry, but at the same time, I've seen the videos, and there's fetishes out there, the cuckold fetish, I'm taking my wife to a gangbang, and I'm like, what? I don't get that. Like, what's mine is mine. I don't share.
But it works for them.
I guess.
Yes. And these people are so close. Mm-hmm. And of course they have their rocky roads like every relationship, but overall, these people stick together. And we just don't anymore these days. My ex was off cheating. Why didn't he just come to me and tell me he wanted to be a hoe?
Well, would you have been down with that if he was like, hey, let's have an open relationship. You could fuck around. I'll fuck around. We'll be in the same room. We'll be safe. Would it have saved your marriage?
Well, now that's different than swinging. Is you go fuck around and I go fuck around. It's we go play together. Well, that's what swinging is. Yeah. So would I have been open to it? No, okay. Not at the time. Now I would be more open to it. But I also don't know if I'm more open to it because I have the belief now that it's inevitable. It's going to happen. So I conform to the lifestyle so it doesn't happen to me behind my back. Like, it won't be a betrayal, but I still don't really want it. So I get confused. So I just don't date.
Yeah, well, so I want to get to that too. But like last week, my wife and I, we went out with a group of friends and joking around. The girls were like, yo, let's go to a strip club. Like, yeah, let's go to a strip club. Now, mind you, I go to a strip club with the boys. And I'm like, I'm all on the stage, tossing dollars, letting the girl queef in my face, whatever. I don't give a shit. It's a good time. My wife is there, though. And like, I don't want to put that image in her head that every time she looks at it, she's got to think of me with another woman or giving money to another woman or appreciating or drooling over another woman or touching another woman's tits. I'm like, I'm not doing that because I know if I would have seen her, that would have been ingrained and burned in my memory. And I may never let it go. And I would think of her different, but it'll leave some damage. It'll tarnish the relationship a little bit.
And you will never go to a strip club again.
No, not with her.
Yeah, no, not without her either. If she saw that in her head.
I'm saying I was cool. I was giving her the money. I was like, yo, go give her $1. Like, she's doing a hell of a job. And she went, she threw the money. Like, she's very novice when it comes to strip clubs. But she was like, you go do it. I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't want
I'm good. I'm not even that's a trap. It's a trap.
Yeah. I don't want to put myself there. But now
all I want to do, baby.
You got 3 grown kids, right?
I do.
So do they know what mommy does now?
I sort of made yes, they do, which is why I've made a deal with them to completely keep them out of it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm just concerned. It's like,
does it support me, but
their porn habits? Like when they go on Pornhub, they're like, yo, I'm in the mood for a little MILF action now. Then mommy's clips show up like, fuck, I don't want to do this no more.
No, see, I don't think personally, I don't believe that if you don't know my name, you cannot search me out. I mean, you won't come across me randomly. There's way too much content out there, saturated. And I know that one of them watches some, and I try not to think about it, and we don't talk about it.
Okay.
But they do know what I do, and they do they're good with it. I asked them, and I would not have done it if they were.
Okay, I was gonna ask if maybe they judge like, now, mom, 40 years old, now you're gonna go fuck all these dudes on phone for money, and that's hard.
When they were grown too. So I was worried one would not have a whole lot of respect for me anymore. But it's worked out, and they like the money.
Yeah, like fuck it, mom. You having fun? Because I love spending that cash. So. But I
had one tell me. One told me, I was saying, well, this is how I afford this and that, and I get you this, and he's all, now you're getting fucking weird. I want to fucking hear about it. I'm good with it. I want to fucking hear about it. And I'm like, okay, cool. Never said another word.
That's it. Never talk about it again.
Never spoke of it again. You're getting fucking weird. On the flip side of that,
though, you go through a divorce because your husband's cheating on you. Even as a man, that's got to do like some sort of self-esteem damage, some self-worth damage. You've said in previous interviews that when you decided to go into the industry, that it actually empowered you. How's that?
Oh, very much so. When you say that it could hurt, his self-esteem or anything, if I'm doing it, well, he did that to me. I like to use the term, he put my dick in the dirt, basically. Like, I don't have a dick, but I was the lowest of low, no self-worth, no self-esteem. I felt like crap. I had no idea this was going on. And it wasn't just one, it was multiple. It was my friends, your gym partner, your nail lady. It was a lot of people, to the point where I didn't realize that none of these people wanted to be around me. They just were fucking my husband. So that was a big eye opener. And so, I went from a confident, woman and to, rolled up in a ball, just crying, And so when I started doing this, my followers were, and I still have so many that were there since day one. They have been my rock. Like, no matter what, tell me I'm beautiful. They tell me I matter. They ask me about my day. I have developed such a good relationship with them when I had nobody. Even my own family doesn't communicate with me. So because of the relationship with my ex. So it's one of those things where they were there, like all of them. And there's good people out there, and they've been so supportive. They made me feel good. Like, some might say it's superficial or whatever, but it's not. It's not. They really genuinely care what I'm doing today or tomorrow. And I care about them as well.
That's awesome.
So it's a great relationship that goes back and forth.
Yeah, and it's great because you found people who, I don't want to say accept you, but sharing that love for you, something that you clearly weren't getting before. Whatever dude's name is, your ex, he can go fuck himself right now 2 times.
Yeah.
Because it's just
go fuck yourself.
yeah, fuck you, dude. But so the funny thing is, like I said, I don't want to see you start late in the game, because in this game, there's so many different levels. They've got MILF porn, cougar porn, grandma porn, all that kind of shit. But you've got a niche. You like doing the Craven family affairs, stepmom porn, and it's just like, that's a little taboo, man. What's up with that?
It's very taboo, age play. There's a lot of different names for it. I do extreme mommy fetish. It is so much fun. A lot of people don't understand that it's not incest per se. Okay, I like to describe it this way. When a lady, you're dating her, whatever, or if you're married, she's like, hey, daddy, that's her daddy.
Yeah.
It's not her father. It's not. It's her daddy, that's my daddy, So it's the same thing with the mommy. It's the older woman, the caretaker, that it's just that she's experienced. It's not fucking your mom or your sister. Like, you really, like, I don't want to fuck my dad, my mom, my sister. I don't. But it is so much fun. I love to make. I have Build-A-Whore customs. And
what's that like? What? Tell me a little bit about Build-A-Whore. Is that like Build-A-Bear, but something you can fuck?
There you go. So it's So I tell, my followers, whoever's ordering a custom, you get to tell me what to say, what to do, what to wear, what toys to play with. And I'm going to make a custom video for you. And it is so much fun. The stuff that's written, my best selling videos are from customs. And they let me resell them. So I have a lot. The mommy fetish comes directly from my followers.
Okay. All right.
It's the best. I even make deals with some of mine. I'll tell them, hey, if you write me another one, I'll just give you the custom, because some of them are really good.
Right. And that's a great strategy. Like, yo, tell me what you want. You get that one on the house. I'm going to go sell this to another 10,000 people that want the same shit that you want.
That's exactly. And when they write it from their point of view, it's something that I can't possibly create. Well, I can create it because I'm pretty in tune with it and what they want, but they go over the top. They go that extra, like what really gets it. And they're so neat. They're so fun. Like I just did a bedtime story one with mommy. It was so good. Like I even rubbed it out to my own video, and that's the first time I've ever done that. I'm like, this is good.
And that's the question I was going to ask. Do you watch your own videos, like critique yourself and like, all right, next time you do that, put your ass a little higher.
No way. No, I do not. I don't watch porn, nor do I watch my own videos because I'll never release anything. And I will sit there and remember that when I was like, I'll just racked out, and I will be self-conscious of it.
Right.
So I cannot watch my own content, or we would have no content.
Yeah.
Would never release it.
It's crazy because I know you started as a cam girl on Chatterbait, and it's almost like a one-on-one experience. They want something, you're like, all right, fuck it, pay me, and you get it, and it happened. But then you transition into actually doing scenes. I believe it was last year. I don't know if it was when COVID hit or before it hit. What was that crossover like? Like, all right, now I'm doing one-on-one, but now I'm in a scene with people who do this shit for a living, producers, AVN, all that other shit, recognition.
So it was AVN week, and for 4 years, I had been asked to shoot from tons of people, and it wasn't the time. I didn't want to do it. I didn't feel it was necessary to do it, but my goals changed, and I want to become somebody in the industry, like a name, become superstar, something to the level that if I believe that if I don't shoot couples in the porn industry, then you are not going to get there.
Right.
You don't have do we have famous webcam models? Yes, but no.
There's only so much you can do by yourself.
Well, I sell my solo content sells better.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but I have two different followings. I have my solos I have more than that. I have my webcam followers, then I have my solo buyers, then I have my couples buyers. And at first I could not sell a couples video. I'm like, what is going on here? Nobody likes it. And it's just my following. They're not people who watch couple stuff. No. So I had to rebuild. Yeah. Because if you watch porn, do you watch couples or do you watch solos? It's honestly, like solos are fun, but like I mentioned before, it's like, all right, after a while you're playing with yourself. Sometimes you want to watch a couple because now you're visualizing yourself as that dude. Like, yeah, I want to get with Lily, and now I'm that guy. Especially if it's like a POV kind of style video, I'm thinking that's my dick. It's not my dick, but I'm thinking it's my dick. That's why I do POV. I shoot my own videos, and so I do POV by myself. Okay. But I film it myself. I do it. I've gotten real good at it. But it's really neat. Like I always talk to my camera. I always as if my viewer is who I'm fucking, because it is. Yeah, absolutely. So when you that's what matters. Before you got into doing scenes itself and working with certain companies, and you were working and doing the cams and taking requests, were there certain requests that were just like a little too far? Like, what the fuck is this guy thinking? I don't care how much you're paying. I'm not doing that shit. Like things that might have freaked you out. Yes, well, freak me out. This is a whole different story.
That's another
but like something I would turn down. This one follower wanted me to piss all over my kitchen floor and then clean it up with my tits, and so I could be a human mop. And I'm like, I just don't do like humiliating stuff. So I gave it to another talent, another model, and she did it.
I don't understand the arousal there. Like, all right, piss on some people, golden showers, not for me, but then mop it up with your tits. It's like, who the fuck thought of that? That
the stuff I think of, woohoo, especially in the moment.
And to get off on it too, like, oh, that's my shit right there. Yeah. What? But no. Did you ever watch your customers or your fans masturbating, coming to you to a scene that they've created?
Oh, well, okay. No, I've seen them, like, they'll take a POV video of them jerking it, like, with my camera, like, I could see in the background. That's so hot. Please send more.
Oh, you like that?
And you can see on the video, I'm like, I let them send those to me. I don't need a bunch of dick pics now, but I do. I love that. If I'm the one who got you hard, then please, I'll by all means. But I want the proof that I got you hard.
So
watch, I'm gonna get all these dicks now.
No, that's the thing. Yeah. So maybe you just ask for cum tributes. Like, look, get a picture of me, jerk it, whatever the case is. Which another thing I don't get or understand. But all right, fuck you. Want to like jerk off on your iPad? That's on you, my guy.
But hey, they're not jerking off on the iPad. They're like on their, but the iPad is away, and so they're watching it like a TV.
Oh, right.
And so I can see their dick and then the TV.
But that's the thing. Like I've seen dudes and they post pictures online. They're like, yeah, I'm jerking off to Lily Craven, and then they're gonna come on their iPad screen, so it looks like it's on your tits or your face.
No way.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, that's gonna leave streaks. Your fucking home button's gonna get all jammed up. You try explaining that one at the fucking Apple store. Just like,
well, try to explain the one where you light your dick on fire just to impress me. I have one that does CBT. You know what CBT is, right?
Yeah.
So it's cock and ball torture. Cock and ball torture. Yeah. And he has progressed from like 15 Q-tips down the tip to pliers to nail files. Now it's lighting it on fire.
That's nuts. Like I shot a scene. I'm not an actor. I'm a producer, director. And this guy, we were working with Kenzie Reeves one day, and he's like, all right, so this scene, she's awesome. She's fucking, she's down for anything.
I just love her. I don't know her, but her performance is like over the top.
And she's so petite. And like, she just makes everything look very tiny. And he's just like, yo, kick me in the butt. Like, she kicked him at least 40 fucking times. The next day we had another shoot, and dude's thighs were black and blue and purple and green. I'm like, how are you gonna explain that in the next scene? I'm like, what the fuck's going on, guy? But
makeup.
Yeah, right. So here's a question for you. So you know, obviously you're doing porn, but to my understanding, you are known for not doing much of anything. As a matter of fact, you had something we call it the "What I Won't Do" tour. I mean, like, what won't you do? I mean, you're already doing porn. You're doing all kinds of shit. What won't you do?
What I won't do, pretty much. Oh gosh, you're making me not get any jobs. I'm a very reserved person. I'm not. I try to be slutty. I try to be over the top. It would make my life so much easier if I could be more promiscuous. But I have some kind of wall, or maybe it's just my personality where I just am not so over the top like I want to be. So I think Taboo, that category, is really good for me because they're not jerking off to pop shots. You know, they're jerking off to storyline.
Okay.
The mommy fetish, you know, and that's where I think it belongs. But one time on the set, I was with a Pornstar Platinum and it was one of my first shoots, and it was me and another female talent, and we didn't know we were working together. We were friends. And he was like, hold on, things are slipping out.
No problem.
Am I allowed to do that?
Hey,
so he said,
tell him I said hi.
He's like, you guys are supposed to kiss. And no, he goes, you guys kiss right now. And then we're like, I'm not kissing her. And I'm like, that's my friend. And he's like, all right, so you're going to start eating her. And she's like, I don't eat pussy.
Like, yo, Lily, you want this fucking check to clear or not?
Yeah. So then finally he's going through all this stuff and he's all, what do you do? And I'm like,
yeah, what do you do?
He's all, will you fist her? And I'm like, yes. So I fisted her.
So I'm gonna get to the fistings. I know you're big into the toys and shit like that, but so I've seen video of you eating pussy though. Did you have to build up to that, or was it just like, all right, it's one and done?
My first female was D Siren, and she's totally amazing. And she grabbed my face and went gonzo on me. And I told her, I said, I've never been with, not even in real life, I've never been with a girl. So it was like, I was like this, and I was like,
like fucking lick. What are you doing? Come on.
Yeah. So I just went for it because I feel like I can bring it to the camera. Like I do, even when I'm faking it, or, I'm not with someone that I particularly am attracted to, like I'm there for work. And so I will act and bring it to the camera. Really, I think I do a good enough job that I could pull it off and not have to compromise the quality of what I'm doing.
Okay. So it sounds like in the beginning you were like, look, I'm starting solo, but now I'm moving to having sex on camera. Like you're a fly on the wall in an intimate situation, but I'm not like some fucking rag doll that 12 guys are gonna line up and jerk off on me and shit like that and pass me around. Like, you weren't ready for that.
No. That's my best friend. She's naughty JoJo. They do like jerk off all on her face. I'm like, oh, that's my friend. Like, stop doing this to her.
So like you wouldn't be part of a bukkake party or a gangbang or anything like that. That you're like, yo,
no.
It's all one-on-one action.
Maybe two. It depends what the scene calls for, but I don't believe a scene can she doesn't do much talking when she's got 8 dudes. Like, so I'm thinking that like I'll just dirty talk instead.
Dirty talk.
I'll just talk. Like I do things I feel like I do things to like compensate the fact that I don't want to do that.
Oh, that's you're like, you're like, Lily, you're leaving us with no options here.
I mean, but it's all pretty vanilla anyway. Like it is, you can go hardcore, but just in my category, like it's really not that hardcore. Like, but the topic is very taboo and extreme.
Right.
But it's also misunderstood, I think, quite often. So, but regardless, who cares? Like they love it. So I don't care.
So you're saying like there's certain things that you won't do, but you'll overcompensate with that. With the dirty talk. Give me a little example, like I'm not doing that, but let me try that. Give me a little dirty talk. Let me see how it works.
Okay. You're putting me out of that. Oh, your cock. I can see your cock bulging in your pants. Do you want me to play with it? Do you mind if I spit on it? If I get it nice and sloppy wet, will you shove your dick all the way down my throat and make me gag? Yes, that's what I want. And then I want you to jerk a huge rope of cum right all over my face, baby. Please? Will you do it, please? I won't forget your balls for sure. I'm going to make those balls so dripping wet. Ooh, do you love to hear that smacking sound?
Give it up for the girl. Yeah. All right. It works. Like I can't stand up right now, but trust me, it works.
Did you get a hard on? Did your cock get really, really full for me?
Or are you asking me, or is this part of the video?
Did your cock get really, really full? If I touch it, will I feel it throbbing? Oh, I do. If I put it on my lips, will I feel it pulsating? Yum. See, you can't be sucking a lot of dick when you're talking.
Yeah, right. Like, you sound like fucking Charlie Brown's teacher with a dick in your mouth. Like, yo. I don't get it.
So, I want to know why they have the male masturbators called Mona, and she moans, but your dick's in her mouth. Like,
yeah, that's
anyways,
crazy. That's
it's weird.
So, all right, let's get back to the fisting thing. I mean, and okay. I know that you always tell people, have you ever seen the Great American Challenge? That's like a 15.5-inch dildo, thick as a fucking like bang. You like fisting, you like the giant oversized toys. Explain to me what the pleasure is about getting stretched out that hard.
Well, first, I had a partner, ex-husband, that was into it. And so I didn't even know that I had this like talent. Mm-hmm. And for me, I'm really, really flexible. So I don't have to stretch it out and work it out or anything like that. Everything snaps right back because I'm only in there for some odd seconds at a time. Okay. And so I don't have to work at anything and do anything to make me bigger. Mm-hmm. I don't know, but I can just put it in just like as if you were having kids, because I can open up my hips, my pelvis area. Like, it's just the talent I have. Do I get pleasure out of, like, in my personal life? I don't have sex. So if I did, I don't know that I mean, it's all right, mm-hmm. but it's just toy play. It's not, it's just something I'm really good at.
But so you took it on because you think it's a fetish in itself. It's like, yo, watch me put this fucking lava lamp in my snatch and boom, and it's done.
There you go.
But it's not like it makes me feel good. It's just like, yo, when you go to ManyVids or the Hub or whatever the case is, you can look for that fetish, big toys, fisting, and I specialize in that.
Yes. And my followers know, like, they know that I don't like to shoot. They know, I mean, it's not that I don't, okay. They know that I have my like my brick wall, but as far as like stretching myself and all that, they're aware. I'm not like trying to trick them into thinking I'm all like, yeah. But I like it. It's not something that it's not something I hate or that is uncomfortable at all. It's so easy peasy. And then the fist came and it just, everything started going like, can I do this? Can I shove this in here? Can I do this? And everything fit.
Did you fuck around like that with big toys before you became a porn star? Did you like them bigger?
No. Actually, I did with the partner that I was with, and that's the only time.
All right.
So no, not before that.
My wife gets mad at me because I'm like, yo, I love my kids more than anything in the world. But I'm like, yo, they destroyed your pussy. And she's like, what do you do? My daughter is the oldest one. And we were in the hospital when she was born. I got the video camera on my wife's head. So I'm shooting that way. And I went around, cut the umbilical cord, bloody mess. That's cool. For my son, we were in a Catholic hospital. And they were like, yeah, listen, no videotaping. So I had to sit on the side, root from the sidelines. Like, come on, you got this. You could do it. The doctor goes, your son is crowning. Do you want to see? And I'm like, crowning? Like, yeah, what the fuck's going on? So I come around, she's pushing, and all I see is this. I'm like, yo.
And doctor's like, very visual.
Dude, the doctor's like, what do you think? I'm like, her pussy's gonna go back to like normal size, right? Like,
yeah, but you men are so visual that it's ingrained in your mind from then on that it's ruined.
Ruined me. Right now I feel small all the time. I'm just like, yeah, what do I do now? Like,
and guys think that too. They think that there's guys, they want your pussy wrecked. It just makes you more of a slut. It makes you easier to get. Mm-hmm. They love it destroyed. And women are taught that we are very like this. We take pretty little pussy pictures. If you take a picture and it's like, they want like the meat all inside out.
They want fucking Arby's roast beef sandwich.
Men are disgusting. Like, they want your uterus to fully come out. They want like anything in your guts. Yeah, prolapsed uteruses. I don't do that anymore. But there's a lot of things that they want you to do, and you're like, wow, I never knew this. Like, women get that stuff like fixed because they think it's too meaty. And if you look at any famous porn star, they have the meaty flaps.
Yeah, well, so here's the funny thing. Like, I joke around with my wife. She don't watch porn. She's like, look, I'll be your porn star. You don't need to watch that shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, what about the nights you don't want to do nothing? Like, I need something. I need a release. But like, I guess because I have a daughter, like, I don't like watching the young girls. Like, it bothers. Like, oh shit, no, that's not. But as I got older, I'm so into the moms, into the MILFs and stuff, because the young girls, they're worried about looking pretty. The MILFs, though, they're like, look, my prime is way behind me. I just still like getting it right now. My tits are loose and flappy. My vagina is like blah, blah, blah. Yo, it's so natural. It's so real that like, I want to grow a porn star because it takes me back to the 70s when she was in her prime.
But see, when you say it takes us back to when she's in her prime, you're wrong about that. Women are in their prime in their 40s.
I believe that. How old are you?
So I'm 45.
Oh, I'll be 46 next week. All right. So we know, we understand this.
No, I'm definitely in my prime. Boys are like 21 years old. Well, 14 to 21. But that's why it's so different. But man, we're definitely putting off the vibes, and everybody loves the MILF.
Dude, I can't get enough of it. Because my thing is like at 46 years old, and not that I look or gawk or anything, I'm happily married. My wife is gorgeous. Like, I don't need that shit. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not fucking blind. If something passes through, like, oh, you got to acknowledge it. But I can't acknowledge young girls because, look, when I was in high school, these girls weren't working out. They had Bon Jovi hair and white snake jackets. I'm like, yo, girl, what the fuck? But now, like, these girls like fit. They got the Lululemons on. I'm like, oh my God, but I can't look at that. The moms look upset. They like, I hit 40 and my husband won't pay attention to me anymore. I just want somebody to love it. I want somebody to make me feel young again. And I see that. I don't want to say desperate housewife thing, but like there's something missing. I'm like, damn, somebody could put a spark in your fucking life. Should have started popping off of you.
And we don't get connected. We're not going to, we're not going to sit there and be clingy. Right. We don't want any kids. Don't want to get married. No. We do not, we want to fuck, like just raw fucking, like, let's do this. We don't have any inhibitions. We're not worried about what anyone says. Oh goodness, my battery is going to maybe die. Okay. I'm back in action. Oh,
all right. Girl, that shirt, seriously, I might want to buy that when we're done with this.
Oh yeah, I should put it for sale, huh?
Perfect. Man.
It's a little, it's cute. I like it. It's the first time I wore it.
It's the first time? Oh.
Yeah, and I'm going to try to wear it to the store. I should take a little camera with me because I have a feeling that people cannot handle this. I don't think they're going to be able to handle it very well.
They won't. Seriously.
And it's really nothing except for right here. Like, it's the only thing. It's completely covered, almost all the way to the top, all the way in the back. Like,
and that's the thing. Dudes are like, listen, if that thing was completely covered and your tits were just popping out, they're still looking. But the fact that there's flesh now, and forget about it. You're gonna cause a lot of arguments on the way home.
Here. It's right here.
Dude, that's what does it for me. Yeah, no, don't tighten it up.
But even if I did that, this would be a problem in public. I'm going to take a video.
What's going to happen is that you're going to cause all these fights on the way home, and then wife is going to be, or girlfriend's going to be in the car like, I know you were looking at her tits. And I'm like, yo, they were in my face. She can look at them too.
I mean, I'm sorry. Maybe he should buy her tits. Why did I say that? Don't.
All right, let's bring it back to the end.
Okay. All right. Don't record that.
No, we got it. That's going to be like a clip at the end of the credits. So don't worry. It's going to be like a post-credit scene.
I don't want anybody to know, like to hear me say, like, go get some tits or encourage that.
Yeah, definitely.
Because your bodies are fine the way they are.
Listen, if he's gawking, like, yo, buy me tits and you can gawk all day you want and just do your shit.
No, people don't gawk at me. Or maybe I'm oblivious, but I never get hit on or anything.
No?
Never, ever.
They probably seen your interviews. They're like, look, I'm not looking for a relationship. I like being
single.
They don't know who I am. Getting laid. They don't know.
I don't know anybody around here where I live. I've lived here a long time.
Oh, all right.
I keep to myself. But yeah, it's kind of funny.
But listen, even fully dressed, if you were my neighbor, I'd be like, God damn, I want to see her do like the lawn and the laundry and whatever you do. Like, even without this, you're still hot and it perks out.
I wonder.
You're a neck breaker.
look. Like I try to but I try not to go outside when anyone's out there, but I do look like it, because I think it would be kind of hot if someone was like watching me, or like they were talking about me across the street and going, look at that. Look at her. She's out doing her garden. Like that would be so cool. But I don't know if they do that. So
I guarantee you they do. I guarantee you people make believe that like you don't exist. Like, oh, never even knew you lived here. They fucking know. They know. Trust me.
And when I get to that kind of, I say that's hot, but if it actually were to happen, like it makes me very uncomfortable, like to know that.
Like I'm gonna let you in. I'll let you in on a little guy secret. Like if I got like cop eyes, like the Terminator and shit. I'll see you coming from a mile away. But if I see you coming in a certain direction and I catch it so I don't get caught, I'll look this way and wait for you to walk into my line of view. Like, oh, where'd you come from?
That's like moms with eyes on the back of their head.
Right. Listen, we see everything. We might not admit it, but trust me, everybody has seen you. They know who you are.
You know what surprised me was when I started, the number or the percent of following that I have that is the young guys. Mm-hmm. And I have never been hit on by a younger guy ever, like for any reason. But then I realized these guys are not going to act on their fetish, which is better for me because I get to be their fetish. You know, mm-hmm. they'll get online. These aren't necessarily like porn addicts or anything, but they have this fetish. They're not going to go hit on their best friend's mom. They're not going to go hit on their teacher and go fuck, the neighbor or whoever. They're not going to do that. And they're not even ever say anything. So it's really neat because they get to say it to me.
And that's the funny thing, though, is like those young guys in their 20s, they don't know their game yet. They're just so used to having young girls and the stupid shit they do to impress them. They don't know how to talk to mature women right now. Like they could, because in their head, they're like, oh, she's probably married. She probably has kids at home. I got no shot. Like, dude, you miss every shot that you don't take. 100% of the shots that you don't take. Try it. You never know. She might be unhappy at home. She's like, listen, I can't take you home. Kids get out at 3, but I know a motel around the corner that charges by the hour. So listen.
Motel by the hour? No, MILFs need a little bit more than
that. You could end up in the fucking backseat of a Subaru. It's outside the Applebee's parking lot. Like, look, let's get it.
Yeah, just giving them blow while we're driving. Like, why not?
But let me talk about your business, because this is something that blows my mind. You mentioned it before. You went and you got your marketing degree at the age of 40. Yeah. You're in marketing management. 43. What was that? At 43 is when you graduated?
I graduated right when COVID started. Spring of.
That's huge. And I'm assuming it's one of those things where like you never expected to be single or divorced, and you're like, well, fuck, I had a husband. Now I got to go do things on my own. But the fact that you became you specialized, or you got a degree and you majored in marketing management, that's got to be a big help to your business, because you yourself are a brand. What classes would you recommend to people out there, and how has your degree helped you become more successful?
Well, when I started, I went into business just to do it. I had my prerequisites I had to do. But the more I got into the industry, I realized that probably 90% of what I do is marketing.
Okay.
And so it's a very strategic, and it's very strategic, and it's like a game of chess. Every move you've got to think ahead. What is this going to create? What is this going to create? And have like a plan. You cannot just post something online. It's not going to happen. You have to brand yourself. And so I really became very passionate about marketing. It was such a challenge, but I would start with just, your basic AA to degree to do marketing, to have a basic understanding of how it's done. And that truly is a science. It's a very, very strategic science to how you have to do it, because you can brand anything and anybody. You'd be surprised. Like, absolutely, I believe you can do anything.
Once you started learning the technique of marketing and mastering that, how long was your turnaround time that you started seeing results in your business?
Well, that's kind of for me, I was going to school at the same time I was working, so my working had to slow down. So yes, it was growing, but just having a basic, I have a clear understanding of how to brand something, what route to take. Well, there's so many different routes, you got to keep changing things all the time. Mm-hmm. So, but it has definitely when I started, I didn't even know how to send an email.
Shit.
I thought a PDF file, I didn't even know what that was. So I remember sending like a court or something, a photo of like a screenshot of something because I didn't know how to send a file. And they're like, you can't send something, you have to send a PDF form. And I was like, I sent them So I learned like from just even basic computer knowledge, but it is so fun. Like it's all it's mine. I built it. Every move I make, I really stop and think. I get to be creative. Mm-hmm. And the industry is just, there's so many aspects of it that it's endless. I think the possibilities are endless of what it has to offer.
Are some of the most valuable tips, tricks, or trade secrets to becoming profitable for people out there who are struggling to do what you do?
One would be, you need to post, and it needs to be a meaningful post with the right hashtags, keywords. Otherwise, it's just a post and it goes into dust, and the clouds in the air. Who knows where it goes? But it has to be a calculated way of doing it. I would say also, do not never do anything without accepting money first. That makes you more profitable. They will get you every time. I don't care if it's a regular, I don't care what it is. If they ask you to do something without paying you first, you're not going to get paid.
You've dealt with some shady producers in the past. You've been ripped off when you first started out.
Yes, I have.
What was that like?
That was, it was quite violating, actually. It made me feel stupid, first of all. And then what happened was I went to shoot with this person, and I agreed to do a trade because I thought it would get my foot in the door. So we were going to trade content. And I was supposed to get all of the raw content, and he was going to have all of it. And we could do whatever we wanted with it. Mm-hmm. But I brought a hard drive to the shoot. We did the shoot. He sat there for quite some time transferring the stuff. He showed me a little clip. He went, see, here it is. And I'm like, cool. Well, when I got home, not only was it some Asian girl, because I'm not Asian. They're so pretty though. But I wish it wasn't me. And I was like, oh, huh. And I just thought it was a mistake. And I'm like, hey, yeah, like I think you recorded the wrong file or sent me the wrong file. And he's like, oh, okay. He's all, okay, I'll send it to you in 2 weeks. And I'm like, okay. So because I didn't know any difference. So
after he chopped and sold it, now he wants to send you.
In the meantime, he's selling it, and I'm tagging him, and we're all putting my name on it and everything. And then then I checked right at 2 weeks. He resent it, messaged me on his own, said, here, I sent it. I was like, great. And I look and I go click, and nothing's clicking. He's all, you need a special something like for editors and producers, an app to open it. It was a Dropbox file. So I was like, okay, now I know this is not right. So I contact the guy who's going to do my editing. And I said, hey, can you just look at this for me? Tell me that there's nothing here. And he's all, there's nothing there. So I contacted him again, and he has never responded since. And I have gone after him.
Is he still out there producing content?
Yes, he is.
You want to put him on blast?
Sure. No, my only thing is that I don't choose to bring negativity around or anything that's just like, that's his problem, because look where he's at, where I'm at now.
And look where you're at, right? You've done well for yourself. This is how you're hustling models, and meanwhile you're a fucking entrepreneur.
Yeah, he needed to do that. Because he can't, if he doesn't do it that way, he's not going to have anything.
Yeah.
So he has to steal from the girl or pull a fast one on him, because otherwise he would be nobody. And I have talked to the girls. There's many girls that have said that he has came to, wanting to shoot with him. And they've told him no. And I said, don't forget to mention my name. So I do have him on blast a little bit.
Okay. So
and he's just a scavenger, little scavenger on the bottom of the ocean that's eating all the crumbs.
So are you skeptical now on what producers you work with? Like, even if they're an amateur adult company, like how do you like vet them?
I am very, very, very particular. My first concern is my health. So I look at the backgrounds, I look at who they're shooting with, I look at what are their activities. Are they during COVID having barbecues and partying? Are they at the club? Mm-hmm. Because my health is number one. Then I look at just their behaviors. Then I go to, I want references. Mm-hmm. I want to talk to the people that you've shot with. Oh. I just have to know everything about them. I do background checks privately. I know everything about it. And I like the people that I've worked with overall. I am glad I worked with them. I like how it turned out. We have a long-term working relationship. And they also know that when they work with me, I am not fucking around. Right. Living any kind of, like, I have a responsibility to them, and I take it very seriously. Yeah. And many don't.
Have you ever been on a set where, I mean, obviously they don't necessarily always tell you what you're in for, but maybe there's a particular talent you're like, oh yeah, I don't know if I want to work with him. I don't know if I want to shoot with him. You wouldn't. You like put the kibosh right there. Okay.
That happened, and that's okay. But you don't really it doesn't get sprung on you right there on the set. I've only done one of those, and that ended up being really good. But you plan it all out. I talk a lot beforehand.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Yeah, I want to I lay it all out because I tend to get people try to pull fast ones on me. Mm-hmm.
Does that frustrate talent or producers? Like when you just start yapping away, like, why did I fucking book her? Somebody put a dick in her mouth already. She's talking too much shit.
Yeah, I don't think so, because the people that I'm shooting with are an open book, and they understand where I'm coming from, and they are completely transparent with me. Okay. I believe. I believe they are. I have to have some sort of trust, but I tend to trust everyone, so that's a problem a little. But
okay. Do you ever talk with the talent like before the actual scene? Like, look, I've seen some of your scenes before. I saw you work with this girl and you did that. I don't do none of that shit. So you let him know. No, you do.
Oh yes, there was one. He said I said, so what are your followers want? And he was like, well, they like rimming and water sports. And I said, oh, great. So you're going to eat my ass and I'm going to piss all over you. And he's like, no, vice versa. And I was like, we're going to be friends, not business partners.
Right.
I can't, I was like, I cannot be an ass licker and to each their own. I don't want to be known as an ass licker.
Yeah.
People from high school would be like, oh, do you remember so-and-so? Yeah, she's doing porn, but then she's eating ass on the internet. And I just am afraid of that.
So here's the funny thing. Like, we're both in our 40s. We're practically the same age. But like this generation now, it's all about eating ass. And I don't get it. I'm like, yo, you still shit through that hole, right? Nothing's changed. Why are you eating that ass? I'm not, it don't do it for me.
Maybe in private, like with someone personal, like you might be eating some ass in the moment. But I do not want to be on the internet eating ass. Like I'm trying to have a good, some kind of image.
No, I get. Listen, this times with the tongue will get a swipe. I'm like, fuck it. If you tingle, you like, that's cool. But I'm not like intentionally eating the ass. Like I don't even like anal, because I'm like, I love blowjobs, but I'm like, if I put in your ass, you don't want this fucking. It was regular. Now it's a fucking Snicker bar going into your mouth. I'm good.
Well, you think themselves out? I mean, on the set they do, but. I mean, I've done lots of anal sex in my own private life, but I don't want to do it on the set.
Nah. I saw
like
one of your clips.
Put a lot of miles on me.
Yeah, I saw one of your clips and that's why I asked the question. It was like a hot tub clip with this black dude, but he turned. I guess he wasn't sure which was his good side, but one of his sides looked like he got into a motorcycle accident and he had like no skin. And I was like, oh, don't put that thing in your mouth. Don't do it. Don't do it.
With me?
Yeah, it was you. It was
Someone
you.
who had no
You were like in a bubble bath. It was a black dude tatted up everywhere, but like along his side, he was like missing skin. I was like, oh, don't do
No,
it.
he's not. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
He's great. I adore him. No, he's not.
I was like, yo, I didn't know that there was a leopard fetish, a leopard fetish. We're like, yo, you like skin that falls off? I'm like,
maybe it was a tattoo or something, but no, yeah, I know exactly which one you're talking about. But no, he's like, oh, I adore him.
Good guy. All right, good. Shout out to you, my dude. All right, listen.
I love him. Yeah, he's literally probably that is not that video, but one I did with him is like the best selling that I have. So overall.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Shout out again. Dude, no disrespect.
I
didn't know if you had something, man. And it was one of those deals.
I think it's either a tattoo. I can't really remember. Tattoo or a glare or something. Because
that was pink skin, man. It looked like he was a burn victim. But like a couple of patches. It wasn't a lot. Yeah.
I know he had skin, but I'll have to check it out now. Now I'm going to go watch it.
So, all right, so you talk about the other. No, please let them hang. No. Let the tits fall where they may. So,
okay.
You talk about the young girls and obviously being in your 40s, obviously being educated in the business. Is it very competitive? Do they look at you as a threat? Because you mentioned that you do like to help out a lot of these young girls too. How much do you give without it becoming a threat to your own business?
First, I don't believe there's any competition whatsoever.
Okay.
I do not believe so. I believe that a man or whoever is your follower or your viewer is going to like what they like, no matter what you say or do. If someone likes redheads, they are not going to choose me. If someone likes small boobs and or they don't like implants, they will not pick me. Like no matter what, there's nothing to compete for. And men are so visual. Like if they like freckles, if they like a fetish, that's who they're going to go for. And that's it. Like it's not going to get my other friend that's different than me. There's someone for everyone in the industry. Yeah. It's endless. And I believe, some say, oh, I don't have big enough boobs or my body's not good enough. But if a man likes you, he likes you.
Right.
That's it. Like there's no way around it.
I guess what I'm wondering is, they always talk in the entertainment industry, there's a brass ring. You got to climb the ladder to success. And there's girls out there who like, oh man, she's getting so much. Why can't I be as successful as her? And they want to kick you off the ladder while you're climbing up. I'm like, bitch, I'm not over here fucking with your business. Why do you think that I'm?
I don't know. I have not experienced that. We're self-employed. There is going to be. You're so in your own world, in your own business, your own bubble. When we go together and we get together at events and stuff, we are all like family. It is incredibly welcoming, incredibly close. Even if you maybe didn't like someone, they're not going to say anything. Mm-hmm. They would still fake it and smile, I would think, because I've never seen anything of the sort. None. Okay. Not even a tint of a feeling like never have it's like a bad thing for us to bring negativity and like talk crap about someone, or it's just not it doesn't look good on you. So we don't do it. And I don't believe there's competition. We all help each other out. I tend to help because I'm kind of like an empath and I'm a caregiver and blah, 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 I'm mom. And so instead of like giving that to some douche man, or like someone I was dating that's like doing me wrong, I give back. It fills that need to take care of. Mm-hmm. So it's a good thing for me. It's a positive way to fill that void that I feel like I have to always help someone or fix someone.
I feel like, but even maybe not so much the young girls, but maybe other MILFs or cougars who do the same kind of fetish you do might be in the ear of a producer like, well, Lily don't eat ass, right? Lily don't like bukkake. I'll do it for you. And it's just like sometimes behind your back, they're throwing you under the bus.
Oh, they do. Well, I don't think they have to do that because see, the thing is that they're going to need another MILF in another day and another one and another one. And there's only so many.
Good point.
So regardless, they're going to come across me. And I'm not someone who stresses shooting too much. I, in fact, I'm a little extreme on like covering all the bases and everything has to be ideal, or I just don't do it. It's not worth it to me.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's not.
But a lot of people just don't get that porn is a business. And then the funny thing is, like, they don't even think as porn stars as real people. Like, there's a misconception that, oh, these girls, they fuck all day long. Anybody and everybody, like, Dick, let me hop on. I'm like, that's not the way. Like, I mean.
No, and they think that all porn stars are rich. We're not. You know, I live comfortably, but I'm not rich, and I don't know any of the other ones that are. Now you got your top girls, you know, and they've definitely made a name for themselves and branded themselves. But we're not all rich. Quite a few of us are broke. And do you prefer your own hustle, or are you looking to get signed by like one of the bigger brands out there that you know actually take control of your character, but at least you know you're a contracted star and they'll set up your bookings and your appearances? I like to, up until this point, I've been independent. It's worked for me. I like being independent because I don't like sharing if I'm going to go fuck someone, I kind of want all of it. I don't want to like go give him 25-30% because what did you suck that? You did not suck that. And then, you know what I mean? It has to be like worth it to me. So, but at this point where I'm at this stage in the game, I'm really feeling it's necessary.
Okay.
Because there's some people I want to shoot for, but I heard like they only it's like certain agents they use, they're not going to take independent. And I don't know. I really want to push the taboo. I really want to definitely get into some family affairs, some kind of shoots like that.
Is there a website for that, for the Craven family affairs? Do you have something set up?
Not yet. I have it. I have the domain. I have all that set up. But for me to take on another platform is, I'm online probably 15 to 17 hours a day, 7 days a week. Just taking one more thing on, it would push me over the deep end, which is why I feel like it's time to start bringing in some support.
Okay.
It's gotten to that
point. But it's still good because you would still be the boss. It'd be your company, not you signing somewhere else.
Yes. But it also really giving all the faith to someone, like even running my social media or anything. I do it all myself because like that opens them to all your accounts, all your money. They could break you in like 1 second, and they're out there and they do it like all the time. So, and I trust everybody. I think there's good in everyone, and that is not the truth.
Right.
I try to get it through my McFly head, but I believe I trust them, and then I'm like, where did this go wrong? And so
right.
I can't.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Is that once you're an entrepreneur, you have to know how to vet these people because you don't want to end up with identity theft, your bank account getting cleared out, them selling the content behind your back, taking your image in person. It's like, yo, I put.
And I don't believe I have that.
Like I get paid to get fucked. I don't get paid to get fucked by you by taking all my shit. That's not how it works.
Exactly. And it's happened to me. Like that's where I just don't. I've worked so hard to get where I'm at in such a short amount of time that I protect it with everything. I just can't let someone in because I don't trust my own judgment when it comes to something as serious as letting someone in on my business.
And that's the thing. Like I've produced a ton of content, and it's one of those things where people they hear about like, oh, I would love to just be there and hold the lights because they want to be a part of the atmosphere. They want to be on set. I'm like, I'm not really that guy. And they're like, well, what can I do behind the scenes to help out? And again, I have those trust issues. I'm like, I don't need you running off my shit, my equipment, my footage, my 2257, where now I can't even sit. Like, I knew a guy.
There you go.
Right. And they would be like, hey, just make sure you get her ID, make sure you get her to sign this thing. And then he'd take off. I'm like, well, now I can't even sell this footage because I can't get in contact with this guy. He's got the contract. And you too. You know what I'm talking about, man.
Can't use content, but he has it all over the internet, but I can't use it because he said he would email me the 2257.
Yeah, no, it's hard.
So it's more things like that you just don't realize. You're like, oh, he's going to email me a copy. Straight. Yeah, good. This is great. This is perfect. And then you're like, okay. And you don't realize that little thing blew my whole entire thing. Like, I can't sell anything. I have no right for nothing. Right. And he's selling mine.
And that's the fucked up thing, because he's got your signature. He's got your permission, because you guys had an agreement prior to all this shit going down.
Yeah. And I just didn't get my Xerox machine and have so now I bring my own, but it's little tiny details like that. One slip up on that and everything's a wash. And I did it for nothing. And basically I paid to get fucked.
Mm-hmm. Right. But not behind the scenes by somebody stealing your shit. That's not the kind of fucking you were looking for.
Yeah, no, it's not. And he's like, I don't think you know the definition of trade. I'm like, trade is not fuck for free. Like, there's a trade. You give, I get, like,
right.
Trade.
Remind me when we're done recording, because I don't want to put it out there, but I'll tell you what my setup is with trade, and it works out pretty good. There's a little bit of a delay, but we'll talk about it afterwards.
Yeah, unless it is, if they bring something to the table of who they are or their brand or whatever, that is the only time I will do a trade.
Right.
Otherwise, it's not worth it to me again.
Yeah. It's a fucking mess.
I'd rather just pass and not have that much content. Like,
yeah. And in the porn industry, like, a lot of these guys, they run off with the shit, but they don't even know what to do with it. They just like, I got it. What did you get? Got nothing. Like you said, you're doing better than he's doing right now. And it's like giving a debit card to a fucking heroin addict. Why would you do it?
It's great. That's another one of my little revenge things. Is like, I just got to keep going because it's great.
Yeah.
He's really like, that's where he's still at.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you. So as a performer, as a brand, and basically as a character, what kind of maintenance do you have to keep up on yourself in order to maintain that fantasy image?
Maintenance. You have to buy new outfits all the time. So I have a lot of clothes because you don't want to be seen twice. Right. And we're always on social media. I'm always doing Snapchat. You don't want to be like re-wearing stuff. So that's a big maintenance thing. Do
you sell your old outfits?
I do everything myself because it just was too costly.
Okay. Do you sell your old outfits? Because since you have so many outfits to choose from, you don't want to be seen twice. Like, all right, these are soiled. You can have them for $150.
I tend to like hoard them a little, maybe.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to say the word hoard, but I feel like I can't do that because someone might need it. So when I do get together with my girlfriends or whatever, I have an abundance of everything. And I just feel like I can say, hey, you can use this and this and this. And like, what if I didn't have that? Yeah, well, we don't swap though. They wear it and then give it back.
Oh, they give it back. Okay, it's like, listen, I'm not gonna wear this. And in your business, swap meet can mean two different things.
Yeah, and it's like I don't know why I keep so much of it, but I keep all of it. And I mean, even when I go to like Exxxotica, I'll bring a bunch of extra outfits like if anybody needs something or.
Right. And you're gonna be the what is it in a couple of weeks? I was gonna go to Exxxotica in Miami. Yes. That's my birthday weekend, and I'm like, fuck, I want to go.
Or are you gonna go?
I was gonna go until I found out it was on my birthday. I got other plans.
So.
No, well, I'm in Tampa. That's in Miami. Which isn't an excuse. It's a driving distance. I know, but yeah, I got.
I'm in Colorado.
I know, man. I want to be there, but I'll definitely be at. I was at the original Exxxotica. I was working for a company in New York, and the very first Exxxotica they did in Edison, New Jersey, I was a part of it. We had a couple of booths, and I knew the people that ran it. I don't know if they're still there because it's been 15 years or so. But does it impact? Do you feel? How can I phrase this? Based on COVID, is the turnout a little different than it was back then? Because it's very touchy-feely. A lot of people in a mass area, which could now be considered like a super spreader event. How do you feel about going to Exxxotica right now? Or you feel safe?
Well, I went to Chicago, and that was the first event back from COVID. It was a fabulous turnout. I ended up staying 6 days. We had the tattoo convention in the same building. So all the tattoo people, all of us were intermingling. We would go to our own shows during the days. The after parties were great. To me, it was even closer than it was before because we missed each other. Like we missed it. So it was great to see people. I made so many new friends. I went as media this last time. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was definitely different.
The last one I did, because I'm in Tampa, St. Pete, they do the Fetish Con. And we were saying, I was at the last one they did in 2019, but they're supposed to do their 20th anniversary, and it keeps getting pushed back, pushed back. Or do you ever go to the fetish ones where you can really promote yourself as the mommy or the stepmom kind of deal?
I haven't yet, but I'm going to go. I originally, the first one I ever went to was Exxxotica Denver.
Okay.
And I knew that was it for me. Like when I went there, hands down, and I was webcamming a little, I was like, that's it. Like, this is where I belong. And then I took myself all by myself. I went to Vegas for AVN. And once I was there, that was home. That was just where I needed to be. That was my family. They were so welcoming. Like, it was awesome. Incredible. And then the Why Not Cam Awards, that one was even, if you have not been to the Why Not Summit, where they do it for 3 days, and then and it's in Hollywood, it is hands down better than.
Okay, so hey, listen, it's an opinion.
I want to get a nomination someday. So it is a really, really, really good event, and it's not involving the fans. So when you go to the award show, you can still walk the red carpet. You still, the press is there and all that. But during the week, you're not sitting there, worried about getting all glammed up and to deal. You're like doing classes for you, like for your business. It's so good.
Okay, man.
So good.
I was going to mention, because you actually get the best of both worlds. You run your own business, doing your own cams and then with your websites, but then, you also do scenes for everybody else. So you can hit the AVN and network over there with the Brazzers or the Reality Kings or whoever the case is, and end up getting a scene somewhere done. And then you can come back like to the fetish cons and say, listen, this is my special. This is what I do. Come check me out. I mean, you're a chameleon. You blend in everywhere. And shout out to you for the amazing work that you have done in such a short amount of time with so much competition and during these trying times. So, I mean, you've done tremendous work.
It's all because of the followers. I mean, literally everything I'm at, I am. I would be nothing without them. I never, ever forget or not acknowledge how important they are to me, and what they've helped me create. They've made this possible for me. I'm always very, very, very gracious to have them.
That is awesome. You mentioned fisting before, which again, something else that I don't get, especially with the person I'm with. I'm like, listen, I don't need to stretch your pussy out anymore, because I still got to go in there later with my bishka deal. Yeah. But like, what got you into that? Like, was it role play? Like, yo, we're gonna play Helen Keller, go in my pussy and read the braille. Tell me what it says in there. Like, what made you with the getting the fist in there? Did you start with a couple of fingers and like, oh shit, they're all in?
It was like I had done my biggest dildos. I did a Coke can. It was like trying to just take it to the next level. Unfortunately, fisting is pretty much a no-no on across the board. They say it's abuse. We're not punning each other. We're like
your pussy's not drywall.
But you can do CBT and stuff, but you can't. Anyway, and I'm on Chatterbait, so I always tease them and tell them, "Can I please do fisting now?" I'm like, please, but it's a standard no. But I was just trying to fit bigger things in there.
What's
and I have really big.
What is
so?
Oh, what's that?
Watch, I'll compare. So I have this. This one is the size of like a Coke can, but I have really big hands. So, like, there's the width. And I can, here, well, I'll show you in my mouth. Then you would be able to see how big it really is. But
can you fit that whole thing in there?
I can't. That's my point.
Oh, your mouth doesn't fit it. Okay.
Yeah, so that's how big it is.
Okay.
But my hands, I have really big hands. So it makes it look like. That it's not as big as it is, but it's heavy too.
That's thick as fuck. It's like a Gatorade bottle. Let me ask you a question. Yeah. For anybody that is amazing. I'm gonna keep that screenshot of you.
It's like the width of a Coke can, basically. So what I'm saying is I have really big hands, so I was trying to fit something bigger.
Got it.
Like when my hand was.
Tell me, like we mentioned before, there's a lot of things that you don't do, so you gotta compensate in other ways. What's some good BJ techniques for girls out there? What can you show us with the piece?
I'm not like a very good BJ one.
Get the
Spit
fuck
on
out.
it.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not. I never even started giving head until I was in the industry.
Wait a minute. Wait, you didn't give blowjobs before you became a porn star?
No.
That's why your fucking husband left. You're like, yo, nail girl.
There you go. I'm telling you. I just told him I did. I was just like, I don't give blowjobs. And he was like, okay. Well, that's because
like
everybody else
said, like, girl, I don't give blowjobs. That's like a Betamax. They still make you?
Yeah, they did. And you know what? Majority of women do not give blowjobs.
I don't know about that. What was your reason that you went like 35, 40 years? Obviously, the young years are out of the way, but why? You didn't have to?
It never came up really.
He wasn't like, hey, babe, how about maybe tonight? You know, nothing?
No, we just fucked really good. But there you go. Like he was having it sucked everywhere else.
Oh my God. That's so how come you decided to start sucking it when you got into the business though? Because obviously
God, that was the decision I had to make. I was like, I think I'm gonna have to do this.
Uh-huh.
And it's part of like, and I was like, oh man. So then I started doing it and I can like do it. The facial was the hardest, mentally. And I finally was ready.
Face?
Yeah, I never had that before.
You never had that
like,
either?
Okay. No, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna let him do it. I said, okay, I'm ready for it. And finally, and this is like a year after I started. I was like, okay, I'll take it. Uh-huh. And he ends up, we do our scene, jerks, comes on my face, and then I'm like, oh my God, get it off. And so he gets it off. And then he goes, oh, you're gonna hate me. And I'm like, what? He's like, and the battery died on the GoPro.
Uh-huh. Oh shit.
So my first, we had to do it 3 more times to get it's
it's
not
kind
only
of better that way because the loads aren't as thick, right?
Yeah, but not only am I having to give head again, which I was not liking, I had to have the load on my face, and it took 3 more times.
Oh my God. So what is it? A gag reflex? Is it the taste? Is it the foreskin? Like what is it?
It is my issue is body fluids. Really? I've realized it. It's like even if a female's squirting, like you'll see me in the video like crawling around the wet spots, and I didn't even know I have an issue with that. But that's if you shoot a load on my face, I'm not going to see it.
Right.
Unless they get me in the eye.
Like have you ever gotten a little in your mouth and you just like fucking tear up?
No, I have one video where I was like. I'm gonna fucking throw up because I was literally don't let it go, and so it's so funny because you could see it, and he's shooting a load on my face, and I'm going, like trying to move so it would get everywhere but my mouth, and it was just, I'm literally grimacing like.
That's my favorite part is the money shot at the end. I love that thing. But because you're working the MILF, and you have what size are those balloons you got?
Oh, these girls. Yeah. They're 34G. I did the legal limit in the United States. So, I didn't. My ex-husband and my doctor picked it.
Okay.
And I woke up and I was like, I had an A.
You were at an A? Did you have to do it gradually? Like go to a plus B, or you just did it all in one shot? You woke up one day like, what the fuck?
And I was pretty pissed off for probably a year. I had like a plastic surgery, like depression that I didn't know I had at the time. And I thought I was fat. I didn't want to go in public. I'm like, you did this to me. And I would go to my doctor crying. I said, please take them out. Please take them. And he's like, okay, let's just let you heal all the way. And we will. And then literally right at like 1 year, all of a sudden, just one day I liked him. And I was like, and they're great. And my doctor's like, yeah, it's a depression that quite often people get when it's so dramatic.
So wait, so you obviously have to go for consultations. So you went in for the surgery, not knowing what size you were going to come out?
Yeah, because I have a hard time making decisions like nail colors, haircuts, all that. So it was one of those things where I'm like, how about you? And 'cause this is when I trusted my husband. And he loves me. He's going to do what's right. And then the doctor can give his professional opinion on how he knows it's going to look, like proportions and all that. And they came up with, let's go as big as we legally can.
Wow. Did you develop like back issues like scoliosis or anything once because your body wasn't used to carrying that kind of weight?
There's no weight to them. They're the gummy bear ones. Oh no, there's no weight. Oh. None at all.
Because I saw your videos and I'm like, I guess because of the way the nipples are positioned, you can tell they're fake. But at some time,
no, those are my real nipple spots. That's where they belong.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like,
I've never had my nipples touched.
But when you're bent over and you get hit from the back, they fucking flap around. I was like, yo, I think those are real. Hold on a minute. But I didn't see the stretch marks like over time with the weight.
Yeah.
Okay. No, they did a great job.
The stretch marks are from my kit. I have 2 on each side. My leopard mark, my cougar. No, I have 2. I think you can kind of.
You're going to have to get closer. I can't see from here.
Well, let's zoom. No.
You motherfuckers better be happy I asked you to do that.
So I have my children did that to me. See these 2?
Okay.
1, 2. And then this side.
Yeah.
And it's the only spot on my entire body that I have as far as my cleavage. So, but it's just life, and it's just what I mean. It makes me me. Yeah. But it was not from the boob implants. That happened 20 years ago.
I mean, obviously, you're lactating and stuff like that. So when you're an A cup and your body goes through that, that trauma,
that's what did it.
The trauma marks.
And then they were pretty significantly torn. My skin was because it was pretty. Yeah, I would have boobs under here.
So you don't like cum on your face? Why don't you just have them come on your tits?
They do, but I think I don't know why they don't do that very often. Like
they don't. I wouldn't do it either.
Like if you paid someone like a good chunk of change, you don't want a foot job. You know what I mean? Like if you have a pursing sort of deal, you really don't want to do feet and have someone to get you with your feet. Or maybe they don't want a pop shot. They either want a cream pie or like my face.
Yeah. I'm the same. Because obviously a dude's gonna come, but you want to be like Jackson Pollock. You want to stand back and look at your artwork like, fuck yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
But they ever bust on your tits and then all right, now lick it off. You're like, nah.
Oh no, you would not tell me to do that. I don't put body fluids in my mouth. Yeah, I tell them for health reasons. Right. I just don't do it. Like I don't, and no, I would not do that. They wouldn't even ask me to do that, but they do.
They already know.
I just keep my head up like this and I don't look down and I'm good. As long as I don't see it, I'm good.
Yeah.
And I can even go like this now, and talk dirty and rub it in, and I am not going to vomit.
Okay. You say you rub the jizz all over you.
Literally, I'm going to throw up. Like I'm throwing up in my own mouth during the scene because I'm like, and I have to hold it in and just because you don't want to ruin the whole thing.
You don't want to fuck up the scene. But the minute all right, cut, you're like, get this shit off of me right now.
I start screaming. I'm always like, get it off. And they do. They come around and get it.
And even in your, I know you say you only have sex now when you're working, but even in your personal life, you're like, yo, not here. Like John.
Oh no! Now, if I when I have sex again, like someday in real life, I know I would be like, baby, come on my face because that's such a big deal that I can take that now. It's impressive. I'm like, I would be like, get it, but don't come in my mouth.
Right.
And this dude's gonna just nut all over me, and I'm gonna be like, that's hot.
Yeah, we can talk all day. I can chop it up with you. And I know you got things to do. You got people that you got to go out there and entertain. Before we go, just 2 last questions. One, your body parts. You got anything insured?
I don't have the $1 million. I fucked the $1 million cost.
I heard about that.
But I did not. I do not have. I have myself insured. Wait, okay. No, I don't. Someone will want to kill me or something.
No, I'm just like insured in a way like if you contracted an STD or something worse during a scene.
No, I didn't think of it that way, but no, I don't. I'm just careful.
Okay. Because I know J-Lo has $1 million booty policy, so you didn't work with the girls like 500,000 a tit.
No, I should. Yeah, but no. Yes, I don't.
Well, we also know you're going to be at Exxxotica coming up in Miami. That's going to be in the middle of September. What are the dates for that again?
That is, you're putting me on the spot. That is the
17th to the 20th?
Through the 18th through the 20th.
18th to 20th. All right. My birthday's the 19th. That's the only reason why I know.
And I know it's like, I know the 19th is the final day.
I know
that's
the 19th is the day I can't be there. So
the 17th through the 19th, September 2021, Miami. It's going to be popping. Ladies Night free on the Friday night, the 17th. And it starts at 6 p.m. It's just going to be a really good time. I know there's going to be a great turnout of talent.
So I know it's going to be a busy week for you. Earlier that week, you've got phone sex with Lily on K97 FM Radio. Tell me a little bit about that.
So I've been doing, a sort of standing in for some Pornstar interviews, and it's talent interviewing talent. So, but they were so boring to me, like just boring. And so I'm like, how can I do something to liven this up? Like, it's just not fun. And maybe the listeners like it, but I didn't like it. So I decided I'm gonna, what sells? Sex sells. If I'm on the phone, guess what? We're gonna have phone sex. And they don't know that I'm gonna have phone sex with them. The talent does not know.
So you have other adult entertainers on there and you have phone sex with each other?
Well, what I do is, I'll call the person I'm going to interview and I will have phone sex with them, but I do not tell them this is going to happen beforehand. So they're somewhat, it's funny.
Now they're going to watch this interview like, fuck it, I'm not answering the phone now. Like Lily's calling. Nah.
The first few minutes is phone sex with me, and then I'll introduce them, and then we'll have a regular, boring interview. But
is there going to be videos so that they'll actually watch you talking to the other entertainer and getting off at the same time?
Not yet, because talent tends to be on the flakier side. And so to schedule it, I guess I could pre-record it, but including myself, I'm not a flake, but having, hair and makeup and all that done at certain times, it's quite the task. So for right now, I'm doing audio only just to kind of, and that's why I did the phone sex, because it's all audio.
Okay. Well,
but listen, you don't really need that quite yet.
The next time that I have you on, I want a similar shirt. You don't even have to doll yourself up. Ponytail, sweatpants, like you just had a long day. Like, I'm so fucking. I just vacuumed the living room. I put away the dishes. You want to fuck? Like, I want like the real mommy at home.
I'm gonna wear my Mommin shirt. Mommin.
That's what we're gonna do. Lily, tell them where they can find you online, where they can subscribe to you. I know that you're on a bunch of sites. What are the most popular sites that you're on where you profit the most from?
Well, my own personal website is Lily Craven, XXX.com. And my Twitter, please follow me on Twitter. We have lots of good previews. All my content gets, flashed up there. There's a lot of, wow, that's a big toy, but there's a lot of good stuff on there, and that's Lily Craven XXX. I have mini vids, Lily Craven. What else?
An OnlyFans?
I do, but I don't put anything on it.
No, why not? That they canceled that idea of sex workers not being allowed to perform on there. So
yes. Okay. So I don't believe I got on it early enough, and the time that I would have to dedicate to it for a small turnover is not. I'm on, like, even when that was going to go down potentially, I still had all the other stuff. So it's just not something. I also lived very rural, and I was unable to upload there until recently. So I just caught on it late. It's just not for me.
I know there was a website, Crush. What happened with that one? Is that still active?
It's not. Crush, that I really liked that. It was an app. And so that made the difference of what we're allowed to post and what not, because it's not a website. But it was sold to Loyal Fans. So it's now merged. I have an account on Loyal Fans. That's just another platform that I'm too afraid to take on because of my plate is overly full.
Sure. Listen, we'll talk. I got you, man. Don't worry about it.
Right on. Yeah.
Lily, it's been such a pleasure talking to you. Is there anything else that you need to put out there, or where fans can find you, or anything you want to promote, any projects and anything you got going on?
Now just listen to K97 FM Radio, your adult industry station. We've got a great lineup going on there with Inside the Industry, the Hanky Panky podcast, Naked News, Sex with Lily. There's so many really good shows on that one. And that's about it for now. I'm going to be thinking some stuff,
All right. Well, girl,
in the near future.
When you got more stuff, we're going to talk more. I got to have you back on because, again, you're giving me something to focus on, like right there. And I love it.
What do you mean?
Everything about it. The letter G. My last name starts with G. So it's just like, yo, all right. I feel like that's a shout out to me. But ladies and gentlemen, I am DieHard Derek Gordon. That is Lily Craven. Make sure that you check it out. This is the Midnight Hustle podcast. Can you dig it? We're out of here. Peace.
Bye.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?